71% of Americans tried to avoid talking politics at Thanksgiving this year. That's according to new polling from CBS News. But if the topic came up, hopefully someone chimed in with some jokes, some laughter to tone down the temperature. That's exactly what our next guest says is the remedy to today's toxic political climate. Joining us now, comedian Matt Friend. Matt, it's great to see you.
It's so great to see you. Happy days after Thanksgiving.
That's right. We're still giving thanks on the Sunday after Thanksgiving. We're glad to have you. I want to know, how was your Thanksgiving? Did you avoid talking politics like so many Americans tried to?
I might be one of the worst people to have at your Thanksgiving if the goal is to avoid talking about politics, considering the fact that my mother was literally cutting the turkey and I was doing another turkey impression, rather a turtle, Mitch McConnell, as she was cutting it. So I was like, "Where's the stuffing? I would like to eat some stuffing now. Please pass the turkey now." So it was a nonstop political discussion. But I think there was a little bit of a fatigue post-election. People are kind of sick of talking about all the main subjects that have been going through our head. But I think it's a little hard to avoid political discussions these days, especially when the president is broadcasting his Thanksgiving feast at Mar-A-Lago. I think it turns out that Elon Musk is spending more time at Mar-A-Lago now than Melania is, which is a fun fact.
Well, I actually did want to ask you, because we do have these clips of Elon Musk spending Thanksgiving with Trump and his family. Melania was there at Mar-a-Lago. It shows them dancing at the table to, of course, YMCA.
Trump is like a maitre d' at a nice restaurant, isn't he? He just wants to go over, say hello to the tables, introduce himself. He's like a Hollywood socialite.
I'm curious, because his dance has really entered the culture. I feel like it is. All the athletes are doing it. Will that be part of your impression as well? Yeah, you got it. I knew you would know.
Well, you know what? Honestly, it's evolving so much. But after the second win, we're coming on failing CNN. You have to do it. You just have to do the dance. There's no better time to do the dance than at Thanksgiving. You just have to do that. You got to celebrate your wins. They say it's the gay national anthem, but we're saying we're gay because we're so happy that I won. It has a double meaning. So it's coming into the impression very nicely. Yeah, it is weird. It's I find myself doing it. People are uncontrollably doing it now. I think on both sides of the aisle, it's a very addictive movement. You have to give that side credit. It is an addictive movement.
It is. And it's interesting you said, like, there does seem to be some fatigue amongst a lot of people, regardless of what your political affiliation is. They kind of just, I think a lot of people want to take a break. But it's nice that you can come at this from a comedy perspective.
Well, yeah, because if I don't, I might be, thrown in prison by Kash Patel. So we'll see what happens. But I guess I gotta
hopefully
know what my lane is here.
Yeah. And so we know that Americans are expected to spend a lot more than in previous years this holiday season. I think they might be doing, a little retail therapy.
They'll be spending more on Cameo, buying Matt Gaetz Cameo videos for their loved ones.
So have you developed any, on that note, any new impressions on inspired by the cabinet nominees or the former nominees, as it were, with Matt Gaetz?
Well, of course, there's Dr. Oz. I mean, Dr. Oz is going to lead all things medicine in this country. Now, Oz and Gates should have a who has a higher eyebrows contest, because the price of coup d'etat in this country is outrageous. And then, of course, there's a Robert F. Kennedy Jr. who's got the classic rasp. I'm going to go sever a bear head after this interview and feed it to people. I mean, it's like infinite material, truly. J.D. Vance, he likes to say senator. President Donald Trump is my hero. I may have compared him to the worst people in the history of the world, but I love that guy. Dang Mabbit, I love that guy. My Meemaw, my Peepaw, my Weewaw, and my Seewaw all agree. Okay.
That's pretty good.
So it's like an infinite source of material. McConnell, somehow Thune. It's a little crazy. It's like my head is exploding. They're all in there.
I know. Well, and I have to think when you're doing this, the bigger the personality, the more you have to work with.
That's true. And there's no bigger personality than Trump.
Yeah. So you'll have plenty of material for that. I also know you have some big new shows coming up that are going to include surprise celebrity guests. They're going to be at locations kind of all throughout the country. What makes them different?
Yeah.
Walk us through what you're going to be doing.
Yeah, I'm working with a Built company to create a series of neighborhood comedy shows for members of that platform. And we're going to have fans of comedy throughout the country getting tickets and enjoying comedy, a mix of local comedians and some up-and-comers and some stars. And I'm very, very excited. Our first show is at Lucali in New York. And I'm just excited to be a part of the emerging comedy scene and to keep it growing, because as you can clearly tell, it is important to laugh amidst these insane times.
You know, they're even saying that Sebastian Stan, the guy who played me in The Apprentice, which was really a failed movie, he couldn't even get somebody to do the actors on actors with him because they're too afraid to talk about Trump, which is really sad. It's really sad. But I have a Thanksgiving message to all of the great CNN viewers. That is this. To the radical leftist Democrats who oppose me, you better smile more because your favorite president is coming. And he's going to have you all tuning into a Mar-A-Lago celebration every Thanksgiving for the next 4 years. Okay?
You do just slip so effortlessly in and out of those. It's kind of amazing. Well, you are all over the place. Every time I look up, you're in a magazine or you're with the fashion brand. You're doing comedy with absolute rock stars. So you're going to be everywhere, Matt Friend. But we're glad you're here tonight.
I'm even
Thank
on
you so
Snapchat,
much.
my favorite platform.
Even on Snapchat, as I said, everywhere. You're everywhere. It's fantastic. All the best to you. Good luck with the new tour. We're excited to watch you.
Thank you so much for having me. Great to see you.
Bye, Matt. We'll see you soon, and we'll be right back.
Give me a birds flying high. You know how I feel. Sun in the sky. You know how I feel.